Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the Los Angeles Rams versus Minnesota Vikings Week 11 matchup based on analytics. Each week, I collect all of the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. And since it's a weekly collection, there's always going to be some variation in the variables in terms of various points. However, there will always be little nuggets of truth that could become bigger nuggets of truth as the season continues. So stick around as I analyze each week's matchups based on analytics. And if you're new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So, starting with this matchup between the Rams and the Vikings. When you look at the NFL's stat basic comparison data, and basic comparison data essentially means it's looking at how the offense is doing, how the defense is doing, and of course how the special teams is doing. And based on all those factors, the Rams are favored in this game. And let's get into some reasons why. So first off, the reason why the Rams are favored is because of their offense. The Vikings have a very good offense as well. The difference between the Rams offense and the Vikings offense is only about 7-point difference. 99.53 for the Rams and 93.54 for the Vikings. So not that, well, 6-point difference really, but not that big of a difference in terms of offense, but the Rams are a little bit better. The Vikings have a better sack allowance, so they don't allow as many sacks as the Rams do. However, the Rams are better in terms of turnover percentage. And then where the Rams really kind of take things home is on the defensive side of the football. And I know the Vikings are known for their defense, and I'm not saying that the Vikings defense is terrible. I'm not saying that at all. But the Rams have just been performing better on defense. The Rams have a better defensive offensive score percentage, so the ability to prevent points, the Rams are better in that respect. The Rams are better in terms of turnover ratio. The Rams are better in terms of sack percentage, and the Rams are also better in terms of interceptions for the most part. So when you look at the defense, and we look at the defensive data, the Rams are mostly favored in that particular area. Now when you get to special teams, so looking at special teams, so punt return yardage, kick return yardage, defensive punt return yardage, and defensive kick return yardage. The Vikings are favored in terms of punt return yardage. Kick return yardage is more so with the Rams. Defensive punt return yardage is with the Vikings. Defensive kick return yardage is with the Rams. Field goal percentage is pretty dang even with a slight advantage to the Rams. Extra point percentage, Rams. And then punting average, Rams. So special teams wise, most of the data favors the Rams in that respect. Most of the data on defense favors the Rams, and also most of the data on offense, especially the offensive score percentage data, favors the Vikings. Now, does this mean necessarily that the Rams are going to win this game and blow them out? No. I think there's lots of opportunities, as you can see different sort of areas where there's some opportunities for some successful plays to go to the Vikings' direction. But I'm just saying that the overall data from a macro standpoint favors the Rams in this matchup. Now, when you get to some micro matchups, so looking at down and distance data, for example, when you look at the Los Angeles Rams offense versus the Vikings defense, the Vikings are favored here in terms of second and third down, respectfully. Then, of course, you get to the Vikings offense versus the Rams defense in terms of completion percentage. And in this particular area, I would say it's fairly even. The Rams have the advantage on first down. The Vikings have the advantage on second down. And then third down, it's anyone's game, pretty even on third down between both these teams. So Vikings offense versus Rams defense in terms of completion percentage, even, push. And then, of course, when you get to the first down rushing ability, which basically deals with the ability to get first downs with the run. And in this area, they're the same thing, pretty even. Similar rate on first down. Second down favors the Vikings defense, and third down favors the Rams offense. So for this kind of perspective, pretty even between these teams when it comes to rushing downs for the Rams offense and the Vikings defense. Then, of course, you get to the Vikings offense versus the Rams defense in terms of rushing downs. And in this particular area, the Vikings are actually favored in terms of second and third down. The Rams' rushing defense does really well on first down. But after that point, just kind of doesn't do very well. So ultimately, again, Vikings are favored here because of those particular areas. Then, of course, you get to passing downs. Rams offense versus Vikings defense. In this particular area, the Rams are favored in terms of first and second down, respectfully. So the Rams are favored here in terms of this particular aspect. Then, of course, you get to passing downs for the Vikings offense versus the Rams defense. In this area, the Vikings are favored on second and third down, respectfully. Then you get to sack rate, the Rams offense versus Vikings defense. And in this area, the Rams are favored here. The one down and distance to really keep an eye on is first down. A lot of the issues that the Rams have had in terms of giving up sacks have come on first down, and the Vikings have also gotten a lot of sacks. They forced a lot of sacks on first down. So that's going to be the main down and distance to kind of pay attention to and see what happens. Then, of course, you get to sack rate for the Vikings offense versus the Rams defense. In this particular area, the Vikings are favored in terms of first and third down, respectfully. Then, of course, you get to interception ratio of the Rams offense versus the Vikings defense. In this particular area, the Rams are favored, but it's pretty tight. Pretty tight in terms of various downs and distances. And then finally, when you look at the Vikings offense versus the Rams defense, in this particular area, the Rams are favored in terms of first and third down, respectfully. So ultimately, when it comes to the Rams versus Vikings matchup, I would say I just have to kind of go Rams here. I think offensively speaking, as you saw, the offense is, I mean, it really is the best offense in the NFL. And I would, if you had asked me, or if I had told you at the beginning of the year that the Rams would have the best offense in the NFL, and it's the best offense because it puts up the most points on from offensive score percentage. They're able to score on every single down. Put points on the board on every single drive compared to the rest of the NFL, which is what I consider to be the best offense. If you have an offense that can put points on the board on every single drive, more than everybody else, then you have the best offense. And I would never have thought that going into the year. But the other side of this is the Rams defense has some teeth to it. It's not I mean, there definitely is a debate between the Vikings defense. I think there's a lot of players on that defense that are pretty dang good, but I think ultimately I just have to go Rams here. I think there's enough positive things flowing in this game that it's going to favor the Rams. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at giraffecoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.